Do you ever feel like manifestation is just another thing on your to-do list that you don't have time for? Like your spiritual practice is something that you have to do? Honestly, you're not alone because I felt that way too. Something that's really changed my relationship with manifestation is blending it into my lifestyle so that no matter what I'm doing, I'm also manifesting. I call this manifestation as a lifestyle, and it's single handedly made the entire manifestation journey more enjoyable for me. And I've seen my desires show up with a lot more ease. Manifesting as a lifestyle has made manifestation go from feeling like a task to something I just naturally do because it's who I am. If you'd like to learn more about this, I've created a step by step guide for you. I'll link it in my show notes so you can check it out.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Affirmation Addict podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about letting go. I know a lot of us have a tendency to hold on, so I'm going to share just what it means to let go and a couple ways and alternatives to help you through the process of letting go.
You're listening to the Affirmation Addict podcast with Payal Agarwal. This podcast will teach you about the power of affirmations while making manifestation easy and accessible for you in order to enhance your spiritual consciousness. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm so excited to dive into today's episode.
Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode. I am so excited because we're going to talk about 3 ways to help you let go of something. A lot of us have a tendency to hold on, whether it's holding on to an ex or holding on to something we're trying to manifest, but we just can't surrender, or holding on to something that happened in our past, but we're still so defined by it. And a quick way for you to start letting go is by first just feeling into and acknowledging that you do need to let go. I think that's the hardest part is if you know you need to let go and can understand that it's human to struggle with this, understand that it's human to want to hold on to things. The reason why we find it so hard to let go is because it's part of our ego brains. Our ego brains don't like unfamiliarity. They don't like change. We love having control. That's the ego side of your mind. So don't feel like you're lesser than just because you are struggling to let go. This is something we all deal with depending on what we're going through in our life. So letting go is very normal. I mean, struggling to let go is very normal. So the first thing I want you to do is remove all shame, guilt, and judgment that you may be having around yourself, because it is so easy to judge ourselves as we're on this journey, as we're trying to figure out how do we affirm? How do we manifest? How do I just feel good all the time? It's a hard journey. So please, in this episode, as I talk through it, as you practice letting go, I want you to make a commitment to yourself to do your best to remove the shame, remove the guilt, and remove the judgment. You don't deserve that. You don't need that. And you are worthy of just your own support. How much do we actually sit there and support ourselves? Not as often. So, today in this episode, while you're practicing the art of letting go, support yourself. Do what you need yourself to do. And it might be something I'm not talking about on this episode. It might be something completely out of the ordinary. You know what's best for you. And that is my preface for what I want to share with you. So, I have 3 different ways that I think will help you let go. The first way is by choosing gratitude, right? Something when we're holding on really tight is choosing gratitude, depending on what you're trying to let go of, right? If you're trying to let go of something that has caused you pain, can you find gratitude, and can you find gratitude for the idea that, you know what? Maybe this is here to teach me something. Maybe no matter how horrible it is, I'm still here. And now I get to reframe the way I think about that. Even if you're not there yet, but just finding one reason to be grateful for. And another way that we kind of tend to hold on is when we're trying to manifest something, but we can't let go of it. We can't just surrender. We want to know how, we want to know when it's happening. We want to keep talking to the universe, and we want the universe to give us really clear signs that it's coming. We just want all the juicy details. So when you're trying to manifest something and you're unable to let go and surrender to the process, gratitude is super powerful here. Gratitude really is telling yourself and the universe that you know energetically it's already here. So, can you start to say thank you? Can you start to say thank you for my dream home? Thank you for my dream job. Thank you for my dream relationship. Because energetically, all of the components are here. They just haven't manifested into physical matter yet. And you haven't seen it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And saying thank you is a really cool trick to play with your subconscious mind because as humans, we're wired to believe thank you is only said when something is done. If you're saying something for something that's not physically done yet, you're allowing your subconscious mind to feed into the belief that, yes, this is done. If I can say thank you so much for my dream car, thank you so, so much for my dream clients, even if you don't have them yet, it creates a sense of assurance that it's happening and that it's already energetically there. So, tip number one, no matter what you're letting go of, is gratitude. Tip number two, this is more so specifically for when you're trying to manifest something, but you just can't shake like that feeling of when is it going to come? Am I doing it right? Like you're kind of in that frenzy. This is going to help you a lot. Can you start to embody what it would feel like when it has manifested? Picture yourself, visualize yourself, think of, okay, when whatever I'm trying to manifest comes into my life, what will it feel like? We rarely give enough thought to what it actually is going to feel like, what it means for it to manifest. We rarely kind of dive into that feeling, that energy. And normally it's that sense, not to be repetitive, of gratitude. It's a sense of gratitude. It's a sense of contentment. It's a sense of, I am just happy, whether you're exuding with joy or you're just really just at peace. That is how you feel. So, can you embody those sorts of feelings right now? Do you have certain things that make you feel that way now, like a warm cup of tea or affirmations? Can you embody that emotion right here and right now? That's a beautiful way, not only one, to shift your focus, but also to speed up that manifestation process and help you get to that point. The third way is to energetically remember this is already done. I want to dive deeper into this and give you an explanation as to scientifically why this is the way it is. Sometimes I feel like we don't have to do something to feel a certain way. Like, I don't think you always have to do something to let go. Sometimes you just need to understand a concept a little bit better. So, number three is kind of my explanation of a concept that really helps me surrender when I'm finding it really hard to surrender. And so, we as humans, we live in a energetic field of infinite possibilities, right? There's possibilities where I have won the lottery. There's possibilities where I'm a billionaire. There's possibilities where I own a home in 50 different places. Sorry, those are just the three things that came up in my head. But there are infinite possibilities in our universe, and energy, as we know, cannot be created nor destroyed. Albert Einstein and all of the quantum physicists have taught us such cool concepts about energy and how energy works, the way it works, the way the subatomic particles in our bodies work. So I'm nerding out over here, but what I really want to share with you is that energy, because it cannot be created or destroyed, energetically, everything is already here. All those possibilities, all of the physical particles that need to be here, everything is already done. It's just a matter of how it arranges itself. Think about it like a hologram, right? In a hologram, it's just coming from a computer screen, but it's just like assembling itself into these waves. These waves are already here. Just because we can't see them, just because we can't touch them, doesn't mean they don't exist. So, same goes for every single outcome in your life that you are hoping for, that you are trying to manifest, that you are trying to heal. All of it is here. All of it's energetically done. We just have to tap into it. So, when you realize when you're holding on to something so tight, you're so scared to let it go, and you don't know if it's ever going to come back to you, remembering that energy is always there. Energy is always energetically everything is done. You've already put in the work. You've already said your affirmations. You've already set your intention for what you want. So now, can you just allow yourself to trust the laws of the universe? Not just the way the universe works, but the laws of spirituality. There are so many spiritual laws. The biggest one you probably know of is law of attraction, but there's law of vibration, law of karma. There's so many laws in effect that are working for your greatest good. Can you have a little bit more faith in those? I know those laws are really interesting, and I dive deep into them in Align Your Mind, which will be launching in May. But what I want you to take away from this right here and right now is every single thing you are trying to manifest energetically, it already exists. So if it's already here, what more action do you need to take it to get to your physical reality? All you need to do is align with it. And sometimes to let go, you just got to let go by choosing gratitude, by focusing your attention elsewhere. You don't have to keep doing in order to manifest. You don't have to do to let go. Sometimes letting go just means shifting your attention, focusing on something else. Letting go can be synonymous with distracting yourself. That's not a bad thing. If you are willing to have the courage to say, yeah, I am distracting myself, that's not a bad thing. If it works for you, that works for you. I know when Tom was deployed, there was certain times where I just distracted myself and chose to not focus on my harsh reality. And so many amazing things manifested. That helped me, and it might help you in whatever situation you're in. So I hope this little ramble of 3 different ways to let go was super helpful. Just a quick recap. Number 1 is choosing gratitude. Number 2, embody what it would feel like if it did manifest. Understand why you want it and start to embody that. And number 3, remember the science. Remember that energetically it's done, it's here. And kind of a fourth one that I randomly shared was to be okay with distracting yourself if that's what you need to do, shifting your focus elsewhere, releasing the energy. And the reason this fourth one works, I'll dive into it a little bit further, is because our energy, attention, and whatever we are thinking, that is where attention and energy flows, right? If our attention is at something we don't like, whether it's lack or you're searching or holding on too tight, if your energy is there, that's where more energy is going to go. So if you shift your energy to go elsewhere, if you shift your energy to focus on something that makes you happy, like a puppy, energy is going to go there and it's going to release off of that thing that you don't want. Because a lot of the times it's easier for us to focus on things that we don't want. It's easy for us to focus on, oh, I hope this doesn't happen. Worst case scenario. So if you notice that all you can do is think of the worst case scenario or think of the lack or think of the fear, then try this method. Try number 4. Try distracting yourself. Try shifting your focus elsewhere. Try shifting to the fact that, you know what? I don't have the bandwidth and I don't have the capability to think of this in a lighthearted manner. So I'm just going to not think about it at all. Are you courageous enough to trust? That is the highest element of trust and the biggest secret, I would say, to letting go if you're really struggling with it. So I really hope this was helpful. I wish you all the best on your journey, and let me know your thoughts and how you feel as you try to let go. And one more thing I do want to share is if you are struggling with letting go into the app. I have some affirmations for surrender and letting go. If you want some specific affirmations, head into the app for that collection. My app is Affirm It. It's on Android and iOS. You get a free trial, but it is a paid subscription app, but it's only $4 a month. So I highly, highly recommend checking it out. See if you like those affirmations in there, and I hope they really help you. Thank you so much, as usual, for being here. I'm so grateful for your time, energy, and love so far, and I cannot wait to see you in the next episode. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. So, how did you like today's episode? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed recording it. And before you leave, I wanted to just say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for spending some time with me. If this episode or any of my content has ever inspired you, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could leave a review in the iTunes podcast app and just share this with someone you care about. The more you guys leave reviews and share this with people, the more I am able to create more content for you, and that's what fuels me and keeps me going.
I am so genuinely grateful for the time we shared today. And until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and lots of healing energy. Bye.